Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. It is the These Aren't Neovision characters, they are damage dealing. Why are we even going over these characters? Ban and review. Yes, we're going over Final Fantasy 8, Selphie and Irvine today, guys. We have the Luck Mage in the big, quick Lone Ranger? I don't even know. Thank you guys for coming in and spending some time here today. I'm going to be having another video up later on today as well for some items that you guys just cannot miss from this event. There's a lot of great stuff from this Final Fantasy 8 event from the previous week as well as this week. They're all going to be covered in one video. If you want to see that, make sure that you do watch that video when it comes out later today, guys. So let's get in here. Selphie, she's gonna be like a little bit of an interesting character. Let's go over her quickly and thoroughly as possible. She has Chaos Wave Awakened here. Her TMR is the Crescent Wish. We talked about this. It's a fist weapon with 155 magic on it, as well as some spirit and HP. Her STMR is the Love for Trabia here. 50% magic, gives you dual wield, as well as 50% true dual wield magic. So it allows you to actually wear the two weapons, and it gives you the percentage base magic and the true dual wield magic. And then if you happen to have a fist weapon equipped, which is probably going to be her fist weapon if you put it on her, because it's one of the only, if not the only magic fist weapons in the game, you will get an extra 30% magic there. So pretty strong super TMR. Nothing super crazy though, right? We've seen stuff like this. We've seen better things like this, like Gilgamesh's super TMR, or the Vision's Gilgamesh to be specific, Nagi super TMR, things of that nature that are hybrid for attack and magic. They give true dual wield. The most notable thing about this one though, that it gives you the actual ability to equip two weapons, and some mages, guys, don't actually have the ability to equip two weapons. If you want to be set, you know, you can go ahead and get this one. I wouldn't really go super far out of your way to pick that up. Now let's go over her kit here. Very, very easy thing to describe. Two cool things here. She has her two first skills, Intense Water and Intense Quake. These are doing magic damage based off of her magic stat, but they're actually physical attacks, okay? And then they also imbue her for their own respective elements, so either water or earth for 3 turns as well. This isn't the only physical attack that does magic damage she has. She actually has a Booyaka, which is a 20 times multiplier, and that one is Chaos Wave Awakened as well. Obviously, she's going to get some increased multipliers throughout the rest of her kit with her passives, etc., and we'll get to those when we get to those. She has a little bit of support in her kit here, so she's not just a damage dealer. She's got some minor support ability, so she has a 50% HP raise, a not even like Kiraja, like a half a Kiraja sort of a heal here with Travia's Light for your whole party. She has access to a little bit of a buff, as well as some LB gauge fill rate for your party here. So she has I'm Getting Serious, which is an Entrust. Then it gives herself 200% High Tide. She has Aura, which gives 5 to 7 limit burst gauge crystals to your entire party, and then gives herself 100% High Tide. And then she has Boost Final Fantasy 8, which is going to be a 120% all stat buff for 4 turns to your party, as well as 100% resistance to all status elements for 4 turns as well. And then it's going to have a minor heal attached to it. So she's primarily a damage dealer, but she does have a little bit of extra support, and she does have base dual cast at 6-star for all of her skills, and then base triple cast at 7-star for all of her skills there. Now she also does have access to Furious Watera, and in addition to the Furious Waterer, she has Furious Quaker Oats Man coming in, 80%. That's Furious Quaker. I didn't make that up, all right? There's a lot of things that I make up in the Final Fantasy encyclopedia of made-up words, but Quakera is definitely not one of the ones that you can credit to me, all right? So she's got an 80% water and earth apparel attached to the respective elemental Chaos Wave Awakened skills there. And then when you get to 7-star, you have Extreme Water Ga and Extreme Quake Ga. It should just be Quakera, right? Oh, it is Quakera. But there's an E there, so I want to say Quakera. Someone already left a comment in the comment section. I can't do this. I'll quit. All right, anyway. So this is going to be her 2 main damage dealing elemental magic attacks. They come with their own 110% imperils, 25 mods base. All right, all enemies, 4 turn imperil, and they're going to get a little bit of a multiplier buff from her passives there. Then she has her cooldown skills here. One of them is going to be, I'm pounding my head right now, a little bit hard to explain, but we'll get into it. It's not that bad. First one, though, is Ready, which is 5 turn cooldown available on turn 1, 250% magic buff for 6 turns to herself, can't be dispelled, as well as 10 LB gauge crystal fill to your entire party. And then we have Meltdown. We're going to skip down to Meltdown real quick, which is a little bit of an additional support option. She has a 1-turn attack, defense, and magic and spirit break of 70% to a single enemy, and is on a 2-turn cooldown. So she can get in there. Maybe, you know, the enemy dispels itself, or, you know, you have to dispel its buffs. Maybe you don't have a way to re-break it with some other character. She can do that for you there. Nothing super special there. And then we have Slot. This is basically, you know, Slot from FF8, almost said 5, but FF8. This is going to allow you to play a little bit of a role game here. So you can unlock 8 different skills. She has Full Cure, Rapture, Wall, Demi, Water, Quake, The End, and Catastrophe. So you'll use this skill. You have a 35% chance to unlock Full Cure and Rapture, a 35% chance to unlock Wall and Demi, a 25% chance to unlock Water and Quake, and a 5% chance to unlock The End and Catastrophe. Now, in addition to that, when you cast this skill, not only is it going to unlock those skills for one use for yourself, but it's going to auto cast Slot again, all right, on your following turn. So you're going to be kind of going through the slots a lot of the time here. And then in addition to using the Slot skill, she is going to have a passive that we'll get into here. It's her max level passive, the Garden Festival Committee Head, which is going to auto cast Let's Just Concentrate at the start of the battle, which is going to unlock Full Cure, Water, Wall, and Quake for 2 turns starting right away. And then after those 2 turns, it's going to actually auto cast Slot for you. So she's going to always have these abilities randomly unlocking throughout the battle. We'll get to those right now, actually. So we have Full Cure, 80% HP heal to one ally, cures all status ailments, as well as attack, defense, magic, spirit, break, stop, and charm removal. She has a Rapture here, which has an 85% chance to inflict death. If the enemy can't be death, it's going to be a 30 times multiplier. Wall gives you a 40% damage mitigation barrier for 4 turns to all allies, as well as a 50% all element resist for 4 turns as well. Demi is a 93% HP Graviga, except you can't Graviga anything in the game. Then she has a Water and Quake, which are both 47 times multipliers. Then you have The End, which is Chaos Wave Awakened, 100% chance to inflict death. If the enemy is immune to death, then it's going to be a 99.99 water magic damage Chaos Wave Awakened chaining mod. And then Catastrophe is a 99.99 Earth magic damage Chaos Wave Awakened chaining multiplier there. I kind of mixed up mod and multiplier, and I called it a mold or something when we were talking about The End. But hey, man, what can you do? What can you do? It's early in the morning. Anyway, passives here, we have Pepper Upper. Let's just sort through them all right here. So she's got 100% true dual wield magic, 150% true double hand magic. She has a Booyaka mod increase of 20 times, as well as intense Quake and intense water get a 20 times multiplier, and then a 13 times mod increase to extreme Quake Gun and extreme Water Gun. She's got Bird and Machine Slayer here, 80%. She also is immune to Silence and Confusion, as well as Stop, 100% High Tide. Just talked about Let's Just Concentrate. She's got a little bit of defense and HP passives here. Nothing super crazy. A little bit of spirit as well. We're talking like 60% or so for the defensives. So she's not like super bulky or anything. And she's got a fair amount of magic. Nothing super crazy. Pretty much par for the course for our magic damage dealers that we've seen. She also has Bar Faraga and Bar Stonga, whatever. And then she also has The End as her limit burst, which is a 58 times multiplier, magic damage, non-elemental, and also will unlock Quake and Water from the slot versions of those skills for 4 turns to the caster. How strong is Selphie? She's kind of fine. As you can see, she is triple cast only, no quad cast for this character. And then on top of that, right, the biggest hitting skills that she does have actually comes from the unlocked Water and the unlocked Quake. Obviously, the 99.99 mod is the best skill that she actually has access to, but I need to remind you, it is a 5% chance that you will actually see those skills. The good part of when you see them, though, is that they will both actually be unlocked for one turn, or not for one turn, but for one cast to the caster there. So you can get in there, you can cast the end, you can cast Catastrophe, you can cast something else before all Chaos Wave Awakened. Get in there, you know, as long as the enemy is be able to be hit by both earth and water, you can do that. How strong is Selphie though? She's just another non-Neovision's DPS. You know, if you want to get in there, you love Selphie, go in there and get her. But I'm not going to be telling anyone to be pulling for any sort of damage dealers from this point forward. Like I said, pull for your favorites. But, you know, will she get the work done for you? Yeah, you can do anything with any of the characters nowadays, guys. You can get in there. You can make work happen for you. All right? You can make the work happen for you. Okay? I don't know what that means, but we're going into Irvine now. All right? Quick transition on over here to the Bolting Strike Chaining Frame Family Master Irvine, which is pretty new. Didn't expect him to get transitioned into Bolting Strike. I didn't think he was Bolting Strike in JP, although what do I know? Maybe he was Bolting Strike in JP. Not sure. But TMR here is the Bismarck. We talked about this in the Newsday video. 144 attack, two-handed weapon here, which has the normal variants, and then it has the effect of Bismarck, 30% LB damage. So this is like a weaker version of CG Jake's Super TMR. That being said, even though it is weaker, it's a slightly weaker version of a Super Trustmaster Award. And it's not really that much weaker. It's 24 attack weaker than the STMR version. So nothing super crazy. It's still a pretty good TMR. Very nice entry-level weapon for this weapon archetype here. The STMR here is the Valued Memories, 100% Machine and 100% Beast Killer, and 50% True Double Hand. So it's going to be one of those super valuable super TMRs, guys, if you're out there trying to push how much damage you can do with all of your characters out there versus different enemy types, dark visions, etc., etc. This is going to be one of the better ones. It's out there. There is a lot of Machine Killer, not a whole bunch of Beast Killer, though, so this one having both on the same thing, as well as being a true double hand piece. Very strong super TMR. It's not like a super TMR that you build around, though. It's something that if you have access to, you'll use it from time to time. You'll be very happy when you gain access to it. It's not one of those things that I like to call a game changer, right? You don't need to go out of your way for valued memories because you're going to be using it all the time. You're not going to be using it all the time. You're going to be using it against beasts. You're going to be using it against machine monsters, and then you're going to put it in your shoebox until it's time to value those nice memories that you have of whatever you took out of that shoebox originally. Anyway, we have his abilities here. He's a triple cast, double cast, quadricast character here. He has pretty much two skills that do any sort of reasonable damage here, which is going to be his quick shot as well as his armor shot, which pretty much how he was in FF8 for a long time. I think he had like pulsar shot or something, or laser shot, or I just remember armor shot and quick shot being like the thing to do. And then was it like AP shot, AP cannon? I can't remember, dude. Freaking Irvine, man. Anyway, so he's going to have a couple things here. He has Fire and Dark Imperil. He has Fire and Dark Imbue. And then he has Gravel Shot as well, which is going to be Earth Imbue for you there as well. So he's going to have Canister Shot for Fire and Dark Imperil of 80%, Gravel Shot for the Earth Imbue, Flame Shot for the Fire Imbue, Dark Shot for the Dark Imbue. And then he's going to have access to his damage dealing skills here, double cast, triple cast. And he has Sniper on Standby here, which is going to be a cooldown skill, 6-turn cooldown available in turn 1. 250% attack buff for 6 turns to the caster, 50% LB damage for 7 turns to the caster. Then it's going to fill his LB gauge to the max. Then 3 turns later, it's going to fill his LB gauge to the max. And then 2 turns after that, it's going to fill his LB gauge to the max again. So he's going to be able to, you're going to be building up, get your imbues, get your imperils, and then Sniper on Standby. You get that LB gauge ready to go. Fire that Lumber Burst off. Do a little bit of chaining, and then boom, full LB gauge, fire that Lumber Burst, fire that Lumber Burst. So, it's pretty cool actually how they designed him, because it's kind of how he was in FF8 when you used some of those slower firing, armor crushing projectiles that he had for some of his for some of the shots that you could use for him. He's like, and he had to sit there and wait. And you're like, oh man, I just hit for 6,000 damage. I'm so strong. No, you're not. You're actually not. Hate you, Irvine. Hate you, Irvine. Anyway, his main damage dealing skill here we talked about, though, was Quick Shot. This is going to be his Bolting Strike Chaining skill. It starts at a 17.5 mod. It goes all the way up to a 37.5 mod. And every single time you cast it, it fills your LB gauge by 10 as well. And this is Bolting Strike, and like I said, you can quadricast the skill. You do need to cast this skill 8 times to build up that multiplier all the way up to a 37.5. And then his final two cooldown skills, tongue twisters here. We have Enhanced Shot, 3-turn cooldown available on turn 3. Multiplier increases to Dark Shot, Flame Shot, and Gravel Shot. Remember, those are his imbues, so nothing really crazy there. Those are going up to 28 after this cooldown, nothing crazy. Then we have an Armor Shot mod buff of 5.0. You get a 75% LB damage buff for 3 turns to the caster, and this is going to be a chain finishing skill on top of all of that with a 45 times mod. Armor Shot here honestly really confuses me, because remember, guys, we're in a place where we have, you know, triple cast characters with chain mods, 40, 50, 60, 70 times mods. So we have a 2-turn cooldown available on turn 1, physical damage 18 times mod with ignore 50% defense, chain finish skill. And remember, this gets a 5 times mod increase, and this has a 50% defense ignore, so it actually gets a 10 times mod increase. So 36 plus 10, 46 times mod cooldown skill. No, there's no other buffs to it. There's no other buffs to it. I don't know. I don't know. That's me clapping my hands here for Armor Shot. All right, I don't get it. Maybe it's because that you can spam it a lot. But it's like worse than most characters' spammable skills. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not impressed. And then we have Hyper Shot. Oh, is this the name of his limit burst? Hyper Shot. That is his limit burst in FFBE. 60 times multiplier, enables quadruple shot for 2 turns to the caster as well, and it costs 100 limit burst gauge crystals. I'm not too enthused with Irvine. He's got like the big mod limit burst damage thing. It can hit really hard actually, but we're gonna be seeing. We've already seen a lot of characters who can do this. We know we already have like FF7, Advent Children Cloud. Irvine's gonna be able to, if you had the gear for him, if he was your favorite, you had all the good stuff, all the good equipment, all the good LB damage gear, he'd be hitting pretty hard too. The biggest thing that he's held back by, though, compared to all of the other limit burst damage characters, is he does not have a very significant limit burst damage buff for himself, right? We've seen characters with 100%, 150%, 200%, 250%. He's got 50%, 75%. His mod is pretty high, but we're going to be seeing everyone, right? Cloud right up there, 60-ish type area with big LB damage multiplier increases as well, guys. So wanted to keep this a little bit concise, a little bit spirited, a little bit hearty in there, because we got Selphie. She's out here trying to roll slots and stuff. We're not at the casino, Selphie. This is the end, all right? And then we have Irvine over here. He's still waiting to take that shot in the festival parade. You know, he talks all that cool stuff, but he really just wants to wear that obnoxious looking hat. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys out there are having fun, staying safe. And remember, guys, we'll be having the don't miss these time-limited items out there for veteran players, new players, all that good stuff from this event, because there are actually quite a lot from the Final Fantasy 8 time-limited event that's going on right now in FFB. So until then, guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.